Hello everyone, this is Saurabh Srivastav. Today I am going to continue uh, sharing my experience with Failing Forward by John Maxwell. I'm on Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is about get a new definition of failure and success. Here author talks about uh, success and failure, how to define them, and there is a powerful story in the beginning, and overall it says one of the greatest problems people have with failure is that they are too quick to judge isolated situations in lives and label them as failures. Instead, they need to keep the bigger picture in mind. Then author comes to what failure is not. People think failure is avoidable. It's not. Everybody fails. If we take up our adventure, or if we take up a task, there are things that will go wrong as we have not planned. But do we stop after first or second or third? No, we just keep moving on because we know the end result, what we will get out of it. So and then John Maxwell talks about being human and rule of being human. So it has 5 different rules. So rule number 1, you will learn lessons. Yeah, definitely we'll learn lessons while we do things. Rule number 2, there are no mistakes, only lessons. Rule number 3, a lesson is repeated until it is learned. Rule number 4, if you don't learn the easy lesson, they get harder. Definitely. If we do not make course corrections based on small things that happens every day, then suddenly there will be a huge task in front of us, and it will be harder to complete it then. You will know you have learned a lesson when your action changes. So here Norman Cousins, he has quoted Norman Cousins. So what the essence of man is imperfection. And people think failure is an event. It's not. Knowing your purpose in life, growing to reach your potential, sowing seeds that benefit others, these are the terms that define success. That's what John Maxwell has written in another book, The Success Journey. So do we know our purpose? Are we growing to reach our potential? Are we sowing the seeds which will help others around us? Are we doing something that will help our society or people around us, that they all will get it benefited while we grow? And are we sitting back or taking the step back while we run into a problem, an event that doesn't as planned? Are we going to take back, or we are going to still move on? People think failure is objective. It is not. Can we define pinpoint? You are the only person who really labels what you do a failure. So if you think it is failure, it is failure. If you think it is on the process, you are learning a lesson. It's a lesson. You learn something and you apply it and make it better. People think failure is an enemy. It's not. Yep, definitely it is not. It's a fertilizer. It's written here. Failure is good. It's a fertilizer. Everything I have learned about coaching, I have learned from making mistakes. This is what NBA coach Rick Pitino says. And that's very true. Each and every time we make a mistake, we learn, oh, this is not how we have to do it. We have to do it differently to make it work. And here is from Herbert V. Brockno: the fellow who never makes a mistake takes his orders from one who does. Really, this is amazing. If you don't make a mistake, you will never learn, and then ultimately what will happen, there will be someone who has already made those mistakes, learned those lessons, and now giving you orders to, okay, but the person higher up, your management or the people, your managers, they have made more mistakes than you. And here is a study by Tulane University professor Lisa Amos. Average entrepreneur is 3.8 failures before they finally make it to the business. People think failure is irreversible. No, it is not. It doesn't matter how much milk you spill as long as you don't lose your cow. In Texas, that's a old saying. Yes, that is very true. If you spill the milk today, you can get the milk next time, as long as you don't lose the cow. Otherwise, if you don't lose the focus from your bigger goal, you are going to make a progress, even if there are smaller setbacks that you can easily overcome. Then user moves on, author moves on, and so here people think failure is a stigma. It's not. Yep, if you think it's a stigma, if you think that defines you, then it defines you. Otherwise, you can just learn a lesson and move on. People think failure is final. It's not. Yep, definitely it's not. Here is a very good example of Sergio Jaiman, who was from Coca-Cola, who launched the product New Coke. And it was one of the worst product launched by Coca-Cola. After that, he lost his job, but ultimately that failure gave lessons to Coca-Cola, which made their overall growth possible in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So, and he was rehired by Coca-Cola because of that, because of the lessons that they learned. And here is a quote from Just the Result. We get paid to produce results. We don't get paid to be right. And that's what CEO of Coca-Cola said while he rehired him. Then author moves on to it's all how you look at it. So how we look at our different tasks that we perform and outcome of it, that's what defines the task and whether they become a failure or they become a success. Error becomes mistakes when we perceive them and respond to them incorrectly. Mistakes becomes failures when we continually respond to them incorrectly. That is very true. That is very true, and that's what author is trying to, John Maxwell is trying to repeatedly say to us, that how you perceive things, how you take each and everything that doesn't go as per your plan, that's what defines how we are going to. Failure is simply a price we pay to achieve success. Moving forward on the heels of tragedy. So here he talks about a story about how Chick-fil-A was founded and how Chick-fil-A CEO, the founder, how he went through so many tragedies, but he kept moving on, and how out of those all lessons that are out of all those tragedies, he learned the lessons, or he used that opportunity to learn something that ultimately founded to Chick-fil-A. Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. This is Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb that I am standing under and talking to you guys. So each and every many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. If you can change the way you see failure, you gain the strength and keep running the race. Get a new definition of failure. Regard it as a price you pay for progress. If you can do that, you will put yourself in a much better position to fail forward. Then while closing, John Maxwell says your second step to failing forward. Learn a new definition of failure. Steps to failing forward. Realize there is a major difference between average people and achieving people. That's what we talked about yesterday. And the second one is learn a new definition of failure. So today I'm going to apply the learning that I have here. I'm going to see each and every obstacle as a new opportunity. I'm going to work on my thinking so that I can be better each and every day. With that, I close this video. If you like it, please subscribe, and I'll be back with more on failing forward. Thank you for listening to me. Have a nice day. Bye.